Many children catch colds easily, and often take antibiotics whenever they fall ill. For them, what begins as a simple cold often develops into pharyngitis, leading to repeated antibiotic use. Likewise, many elderly people struggle to recover from colds during the winter. Even after visiting the hospital and receiving antibiotics, if recovery is slow. Some people find relief by using propolis as a supplementary treatment. Propolis has been reported to have antibacterial and antiviral properties. However, its effects can vary greatly depending on the product form and method of use, and consistent evidence from clinical trials is still limited. Rather than definitively saying it can surely prevent colds or bronchitis, or reduce antibiotic use, it is safer to view it as a supportive therapy that eases oral and throat discomfort. Let me explain scientifically how propolis works, its efficacy, precautions, and even its history. When sprayed at the first sign of throat irritation or swelling, a thin protective layer forms over the throat mucosa. And many people report a soothing effect. This protective barrier is due not only to the active components of propolis itself, but also to the purified water and glycerin added to help it dissolve and coat the throat comfortably. Thanks to its soothing effects, propolis is often used for a scratchy throat at the start of a cold, stinging on swallowing, and nighttime irritation. Over time, some users feel they need antibiotics less frequently than before. Still, responses vary, and when bacterial pharyngitis is suspected, testing to determine whether antibiotics are necessary remains essential. Why do these changes occur? Propolis is rich in flavonoids and phenolic compounds. These components help suppress the adhesion and growth of harmful bacteria on the throat mucosa and calm excessive inflammatory responses. These effects have been consistently reported in vitro and non-clinical studies. Human studies, however, must be interpreted carefully, as results can differ depending on product form, concentration, and manufacturing standards. Despite these limitations, the most recognized effect of propolis is protecting the mucosa and relieving irritation. As a result, it reduces the body's defensive burden and allows more time for self-recovery. For use, spray 2 to 3 times when the throat first feels uncomfortable or during times of dryness, such as after going out or exercising. Hold it for about 10 seconds before swallowing so it coats the mucosa well, and avoid drinking water immediately afterward. Using it once before bedtime is also helpful for reducing nighttime dryness. For children, alcohol-free products should be considered first, and always follow the recommended age and dosage on the label. Label instructions take priority, and arbitrary increases or overuse should be avoided. When choosing products, look for those that specify effective components numerically, such as total flavonoid content or extract concentration. If alcohol bases are a concern, select water-based products with glycerin and purified water. Products with excessive natural fragrances may irritate sensitive children. It is also a good habit to check labels for allergy warnings to bee and tree extracts, and to confirm raw material origin and batch lot information. Products containing honey should not be used in children under 1 year old. Propolis is most effective when combined with lifestyle measures rather than used alone. Increase water intake to keep mucosa moist, and use a humidifier to maintain indoor humidity at 40 to 60%. If the nose is blocked, saline irrigation can reduce mouth breathing. Since immune cells are weakened by poor sleep, maintaining regular sleep routines is also important. With these basic practices, adding propolis spray as a supplement may help ease throat discomfort before symptoms worsen. What is propolis? It is a natural substance made by honeybees from tree resins and flower buds to protect their hives from bacteria and fungi. Applied to hive entrances and interiors, it forms a protective barrier against outside contaminants. The name propolis comes from the Greek pro and polis, literally in front of the city. It refers to the defensive barrier bees build to protect the hive. Interestingly, this role in the hive mirrors its effect on human oral and throat mucosa. The history of propolis is long. In ancient Egypt it was used for mummification, in Greece and Rome for wound care, and in Europe it became known as nature's antibiotic. In particular, the Greeks and Romans applied it directly to wounds for disinfection, inflammation control, and healing. In modern times, with improved extraction and standardization, it has entered daily life as sprays, gargles, and toothpastes. Today, however, we should view it as a supplementary management tool that prevents worsening symptoms and reduces discomfort in daily life, not as a therapeutic substitute for antibiotics. The benefits of propolis extend beyond the throat. It may improve oral health by easing stomatitis and gum discomfort, and on the skin it is sometimes applied to aid wound healing or calm acne irritation. Its antioxidant action is also thought to help reduce stress and fatigue-related damage. Who can benefit most? Children with recurrent throat infections, people who speak extensively for work, and those in dry environments such as air-conditioned or heated spaces. In these conditions, fatigue or overwork can bring on throat dryness, irritation, or cold-like symptoms. Propolis can also be helpful during long flights, extended travel, or prolonged mask use in winter, when dryness is common. For the elderly, using it after meals or brushing can relieve frequent dry mouth. Cautions are necessary. People allergic to bees, honey, or resins should avoid propolis. When using for the first time, spray a small amount on the inner arm and check for reactions over 24 hours. Though rare, systemic allergic responses have been reported, so discontinue use and seek care if symptoms such as hives or breathing difficulties occur. Medical attention is needed for fever above 38.5 degrees Celsius, difficulty breathing, severe pain when swallowing, or symptoms lasting longer than 48 hours. For infants and during pregnancy or breastfeeding, follow the label's age and dosage instructions and seek professional advice if needed, but avoid self-medication. If you want to reduce the pattern of colds frequently progressing to pharyngitis, propolis may be worth trying as a supplementary aid alongside lifestyle measures. Flavonoid and phenolic compounds help protect mucosa and reduce irritation and bacterial growth. Combined with proper hydration, humidity, and sleep, reliance on antibiotics may gradually decrease. Still, propolis is only a supplement and cannot replace antibiotics. Antibiotics should only be used when bacterial infection is confirmed by a physician. When you feel early signs of a cold like throat scratchiness or dryness from fatigue, use propolis consistently and appropriately according to product instructions. Propolis alone does not cure diseases. However, when evidence-based use is combined with healthy habits, daily life for children and families can become much easier. Propolis, choose wisely and use correctly.